everybody, welcome back to Theje's Notebook Review. What I have for you today is from MyDigitalSSD. This is their Super Boot 2 drive, the 256 gig variant. What I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to explain to you why now is the time for you to replace that old spinner that's in your laptop. Stick around. Taking the Super Boot 2 out of its box, we see that MyDigitalSSD spared all the expense when it came to boxing their product. Here we get just the bare drive in a simple plastic mold with not a screw or adapter plate in sight. The drive itself feels cheap, and it will at first make you kick yourself for spending dollars on something that looks like just 30 cents worth of material. I had never heard of MyDigitalSSD before they reached out to me to ask if I wanted to review one of their solid-state drives. With a little research, I found that their Bulletproof 5 series was a solid, reliable performer running on a Phison S10 controller. This Super Boot 2 uses the Phison S11 controller, and it's relatively new to market, so I get to be one of the first to put it through its paces. As far as all SSDs are concerned, the Super Boot 2 is well aware of its own power. The Atto bench scores I concocted surpass even those supplied by MyDigitalSSD, where both the read and write speeds go beyond 500 megs a second. That's faster than even my crucial MX100 drive in my desktop. Seeing as how your average spinner will struggle to reach the 200 mark, I consider anything over 400 to be just gravy. And here we arrive at the main point of interest for the Super Boot 2, the price. This 256 gig model retails on Amazon for the low price of $65. Yes, you can get a 1TB 2.5-inch drive for around that price, but all campaign that a quartered capacity is a worthy sacrifice to get more than twice the speed. Of course, saying twice the speed is only reporting the data. The actual user experience is a whole nother world. Look at how the 1TB spinner in my Gigabyte P35W is using the world's smallest data funnel to pour out Diablo 3. The stuttering is caused by a trickling of texture data to the brutish Nvidia GTX 860M GPU. The 4 gigs of dedicated GDDR5 VRAM are being saturated so slowly it's painful to watch. Sure, it goes away after about 5 minutes, but when the game hangs right before a massive explosion, it could very well mean the death of your only level 70 hardcore seasonal hero. Now take a look at how Diablo 3 runs on the Super Boot 2. All of a sudden, it's the GTX 860M that's become the bottleneck, and rightfully so, seeing it's how it's a 2-year-old GPU. There's no more stuttering per se, just a fair amount of jerkiness when the magic missiles hit the fan. And just because I can, here's some footage of Witcher 3 using the Super Boot 2. This is at 1600 by 900 at the lowest detail settings. Here also, we see that stuttering is a non-issue, and it is quite the sight to behold. In other news, torture testing found no cracks in the stability of the Phison S11 controller. Prolonged gaming and media sessions didn't cause the system to hang, and repeated system resets and non-fast boots couldn't make the drive crash. As for time-tested reliability, I'm going to use this as my daily driver for the foreseeable future, and I'll keep you updated in the description below if I have any problems. In conclusion, if I was in the market for an SSD, the Super Boot 2 is where my search would begin. At $65, you can't go wrong. At this price point, there's now no excuse for not having an SSD in your PC. I have a desktop and 2 laptops. I play games on all of them, and they all have SSDs in them. If you are gaming with a platter hard drive, you are officially far behind the times. It's time to step up to a Super Boot 2. This has been a review of the Super Boot 2 256 gig SSD from MyDigitalSSD here on Theje's Notebook Review. Go ahead and thumbs me up, subscribe to my channel, ask a question down below, or share this video on your preferred social media outlet. The Super Boot 2 drive was provided by MyDigitalSSD. Thanks for watching, and you guys, have a good night.